Hello, Internets. Jesus loves you. My name's Cody, and this is the Christian News Show we do on Tuesdays and Thursdays with GeeksUnderGrace.com. And before we get into the show, just a heads up, the YouTube channel, youtube.com/GeeksUnderGrace is starting to pick up. I have finally started the Monday live videos for the YouTube channel. It was a little bit rough, but I think that it's going to get a little bit better as I start to learn that side of the platform a little bit more. Joe Morgan did a quick scope of a Christian video game that takes place in a steampunk world. It helps teach children the Bible in this really cool, weird way. And we have started the Friday show over there on the channel that's basically this, except that it's everything going on in the geek world. But the first story of the day, I have a hard time talking about this because we talked about Chris Pratt last week, and I was like, I can't do that 2 videos in a row. So I thought I'll watch the video just for myself. I'll find another news story to talk about. But I had to, it's too good not to share. So I need to start this all by saying that the article's headline is from TMZ. It says, Chris Pratt, don't cuss at me, flips on autograph hounds. So as you watch this video, link in the description down below, he's going through signing people's autographs, gets into his car, and then it kind of like blacks out for a second. The video pops back up with Chris Pratt rolling down his window and being like, hey man, you're wearing a cross. Don't be cussing at me. Don't be a jerk. And if that's flipping out on somebody, I'm a terrible person. But I like that he's basically being like, hey, you were wearing a cross, you are representing Christianity, don't be a jerk. Also, beginning of the video, and I think this is where the real headline should have been, one of the paparazzi type guys is trying to get the inside scoop, and he's like, hey, did you hear about Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie getting a divorce? Chris Pratt tries to ignore him at first, but he keeps pressing on it, and Chris Pratt's like, you know what? I'll be praying for him. That's really too bad. It's just a great response. Like, you don't see that from Hollywood stars that often. Also, I have no idea how you can keep your cool that well when you have a bunch of leeches attacking you, trying to get you to sign an autograph they can sell on eBay. Like, just watching the video, it's intense. Moving on to our next story, it takes us to Kenya, and this is awesome, amazing news. Apparently 640 different missionaries came together, went to one village, and there they prayed and preached the gospel to anybody who would listen. They went to prisons, to hospitals, helped with the sick. You did the things that missionaries do. Their goal was to show God's love in everyday life, and you have to rejoice in this. 6,944 people, almost 7,000 people gave their life to Christ. That's beautiful. I've been told that I need to tell more good news, so there you go. But from that, we go to the final story of the day. This one is not so good news. We've talked a lot about Syria, and recently their ceasefire ended. And with the ceasefire, of course, came airstrikes and bombs, resulting in 400 people dying in the last week, and at least 38 of them being children. So prayers out for Syria. We talk about refugees and stuff. They're usually Syrian refugees, people just trying to leave the country because they no longer have homes. Sadly, it feels like we'll always be praying for peace in the Middle East, but again, continue to do so. Question of the day, I don't think I've ever asked this one before. Have you ever gone on a mission trip, and if so, where did you go? I personally, I feel like I've never gone on a mission trip. I've gone on a few of them, but they've been very local, so I've gone a few cities over where a tornado hit and helped clean up, that kind of thing. There's a part of me that's very spoiled, but another part of me that really does want to go to a third world country so I can get a clearer perspective on what that looks like. I can be pretty empathetic, but I feel like I'll never really truly understand until I've been there. As always, I want to know what you guys have to say, so please leave a comment in the comment section down below with your answer. Make sure you check out GeeksUnderGrace.com for more geeky content. My name is Cody Armour, bringing Christian news in a not so boring kind of way every Tuesday and Thursday. In closing, let the haters hate, let the Christians pray, and to everybody like subscribe. I will see you later, and God bless.